Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to Virtual Racing Network as we have just about 20 minutes left in practice. Of course, before we get into all of the racing details here for tonight, we need to jump over to the sponsors that can make all of this possible, as there are quite a few of them here on the racing side of things. There is one big and main sponsor that makes all of this possible, and of course that is Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm. If it wasn't for Mark Walls over at Walls Beard Co., well, they wouldn't be here doing what they're doing, so a big shout out to them. Make sure you check them out at wallsbeardco.com to pick up some of that all natural and organic beard balm. Gentlemen, if you have a beard, you need to take care of it, and well, you can do it and be all natural and organic while you do it. So head on again over to wallsbeardco.com. On the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here for 2019 if it wasn't for the following partners. Those that do include Northwest Racing Series themselves, your official one-to-go sponsor for tonight's event. Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm themselves, they are the official starting grid sponsor for tonight's race. RaceOnTexas.com, they are our official real-life streaming partner, as they cover all of the racing coverage, or most of it anyway, a big chunk of it, in Texas and Louisiana. So check out RaceOnTexas.com for all your racing needs. World of Thunder, they are the official Dirt League of Virtual Racing Network. Make sure you check them out on Wednesday night and Sunday night. You can check them out over there with the Ultimate Dirt TV on Sunday nights as they run super late models and sprint cars, and of course on Wednesday night right here on the channel with some modifieds. So make sure you check both of those nights out. Hanover Wrecker Service, your official caution sponsor here for tonight's event. On the Edge Motorsports, your official Wicked Energy Gum retailer. Huffman Designs for all your iRacing paint needs. Racecore, make sure you check them out here on Sunday and Tuesdays, starting here soon. And of course, coming on one of our latest partners, that is Crumb's Custom Graphics. Make sure you check them out for all your logo needs. They designed our latest logo. They can design yours too, so make sure you check them out. Crumb's Custom Graphics on Facebook, or just look up Crumride to get started messaging them today. That will do it for the sponsors. It's time to get this racing started here shortly. We got about 19 minutes left. We'll go ahead and throw the countdown on the screen. 19 minutes left on the clock. Let's dive right into the point standings here. Brought to you by Sawblade.com. Run lean, as we have some really good point standings here coming to you for tonight. Sean Brightsman, your points leader with 302 points. Behind him is Josh Coley, who has 284 points, 18 points out of the lead. So a sizable gap here already early in this season, but Mark Walls, 260 points, 42 points out. He will not be here tonight, and we did get word if he had been here, he was not going to get the win here tonight. We won't say who said that. Obviously, they were all jokes there. They were not going to do anything to stop him from getting the win, intentionally wreck or anything like that. Just all fun, good-spirited there. But Mark Walls, if he had got a win, would be his 50th win here in the Truck Series for the 6th season. Not just in this season, but overall, of course, would be his 50th win. So we'll be watching for that in the coming weeks. James Thurston, 235 points, 67 points out. Caden Anderson, 220 points, 82 points out of the lead. Jeff Stabnow is always our pick here for the race win, 198 points, 104 points out. Started out rough, but has kind of got his season back on track here. We'll go with that loosely anyway. We'll see how tonight goes, but I think he's got that season going back in the right direction. Gary Nichols, 196 points with 106 points out. Right behind him by 1 point is John Ottenbacher with 195 points, 107 points out of the lead. And this is where it really gets interesting. 108 points out with 194 points. That is Frank Harris. And then just 2 more points behind him with 192 points. 110 out of the lead is Travis McKinney. Oh, between Jeff Stabnow in 6th, Travis McKinney in 10th place. We're going to keep a very close eye on those couple of drivers right there, as that could be some really good battling going on there. The points are very close. Then you go back to Corey Walters and Steve Silstad, 188 to 187, 1 point separating them. Another good battle on the track. 121 points out for Matt Henry with 181 points. Right in there, kind of in his own little bit of a gap. Still could be a battle, but then you go back here just a little bit more. You have right now Stephen Paulson, Tom Green, and Casey Tillman, and I dare even count Chris White in there as well. Those four drivers right there battling for the 14th position. Very close in points, 1 to 2 points separating all of them. Go a little bit to round out your top 20 in the points. It's going to be Josh Cushman with 160. Ray Fournier with 147, so good battle there. And then, of course, Ryan Maines with 148, 154 points out of the lead. So, again, a lot of battles going on here in the point standings. So, we have a lot to watch throughout the night. We'll probably pull these point standings back up a little bit later on in the night, just to give you a rundown and see how everything does go. So we'll just have to pull that up and let you see. But again, very good battles going on. And of course, this was your point standings brought to you by Sawblade.com. Run lean. That'll do it for the point standings. Of course, we still have 15 and a half minutes before we get into any qualifying and into the race. We got a good turnout here so far, and more drivers still coming in. So give us just a moment. We're going to see who we can get in the booth with here to talk to them. So give us just one moment, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and someone who has quite a bit of practice on this track, because he was over in the practice lobby a little bit a while ago before we went live. That is going to be the 65 of Steve Silstad. So, Steve, first off, as always, welcome to the booth here as we got you talking to you real quick. So, for the fans out there that are unfamiliar with this track, give us a rundown of what's it like out there. We know it's a very bumpy track.
Yeah, it's it's real long. It's got kind of big arches on the for the corners, so it's for the first few laps it's pretty much just full throttle, and it's really bumpy, so you're bouncing around a lot and it really kind of upsets the truck sometimes. So but yeah, real high speed, lots of bumps, real wide track, so 3-4 wide. It should be a lot of fun.
It should be, as we saw you two battling it out there a little while ago. But just if you've had a chance to go out there, do we have any estimate on fuel and tire wear on this track tonight?
I don't know. The tire wear's not super bad, but it's bad enough that I guess I see no reason to take anything less than 4 tires every stop. And I honestly couldn't tell you on the fuel window. I'm guessing probably 35 to 40 laps.
Well, we will definitely be looking to see when that is. And before we let you go here, we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be for getting you to this race tonight?
Oh, yeah. I want to thank, of course, my teammates, White Knuckle Racing. Got Spectrix on the truck, and Walls Beard Co. for putting this deal on, and BRN for broadcasting for us. Thanks, Charles.
So there you have it. The 65 of Steve Zilsad. We'll be talking to him later on, hopefully. So good luck, and hopefully we'll see you in the booth here in a little bit. All right, again, let's see if we can get one more driver in here. We have plenty of time. We have 11 and a half minutes on the clock. So we'll see if we can't get Sean Brightsman in here real quick. So we'll grab him if we can. And we'll send that notification his way to see if we can get Sean Brightsman in the booth with us, a driver of that number 46 machine. We want to talk to him about his just utterly dominating performance he's been having here. He's won 4 in races this season. Obviously, Mark Walls has won 3, but Mark Walls will not be here tonight. So it's going to be on Sean to see if he can win another one. But somebody else may be out there trying to win this race as well. We got Rob Stewart at the top of the charts right now. We do not have him here in Team Speak to be able to talk to him. But we'll see if we can get him. Jason Berg, followed by Travis and McKinney. If we can't get Sean, we'll talk to them. So we'll see. It is a driver's meeting going on at the moment. So we'll let them finish that up real fast. While they're doing the drivers' meeting. Again, we'll just go over some last minute stuff here. Remind everyone, of course, that your aerial coverage for tonight's race is brought to you by Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas. If you are in the market for a new or used Ford and you happen to be in the state of Texas or feel like traveling to get a good deal, head on down to Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas, where you can check them out today. And again, here we are in practice with 10 minutes on the clock. They are in a driver's meeting at the moment, getting some last minute stuff sorted out. Of course, here for tonight's race in the booth, of course, both doing the announcing and the producing here tonight is myself, Charles. So I want to welcome everybody to the race here tonight. And there are multiple places that we are live on right now. So whether you're tuning in over on the Facebook side of things, whether you're on the YouTube side, or if you're going to the new location that we're going to be streaming our stuff to, that is the VRN website. If you go to www.virtualracingnetwork.net, you can check out the website, get yourself a free account. Eventually, we will be moving over to a new subscription-based thing. That will be coming later on for new leagues. That won't be affecting this league here, as they are under contract for many years, I believe, through 2022. They are under contract with us, and we are super stoked to be here covering them for as long as we have, as we have made that agreement. But new leagues that we take on will be going over to the new subscription base, which we'll talk about a little bit more. So we are in the process of getting stuff worked out. And we do want to announce while we're waiting here, too, that if you are a super fan, and I hope we got a bunch of them out there, I'm sure we do, here in the very near future, we've already started and almost finalized the design. We will be launching as we're going to call the VRN swag shop or merch shop on the new VRN website, and we will be selling merchandise, hats, shirts, all of that good stuff. We're going to be starting with t-shirts, as well as we've got someone lined up. A big shout out to Chris David, the owner of Race on Texas, for hooking us up with that so we can get all of those made. So again, that partnership has worked out great here. We're glad to be a part of it and doing what we can. Unfortunately, we are rained out tomorrow, so we will not be out at Monarch Motor Speedway filming for Race on Texas, because Mother Nature had other plans for us here tomorrow night. So unfortunately not going to happen. But we'll see. Maybe we'll pick something up here on a Friday night. Maybe we'll head on over to or back to the channel there. Maybe help out Roger Muth over there with that AMA Pro Late Model Series. We'll figure something out. We'll do something tomorrow night. We will not let it go to waste. while we have just a few extra minutes here, let's go ahead and pull up your track information, brought to you by Bulletproof Tees. Well, you can imagine where we're going to be getting those t-shirts done from here at Auto Club Speedway for tonight's event. A 2-mile track, 4 turns, an altitude of 3,650 feet. As we are up into the sky, you can see the mountains in the background there. We are not going to be going 4 million laps here, or the miles. We will be going, of course, 90 laps, 2 miles. I'm not going to attempt to do that math, but your track temp here at the moment, 71 degrees. It has gone up just a little bit. We were in the practice lobby. It was sitting around 67, 68. And it has increased just a little bit to 71 degrees, 2 miles per hour wind out of the north. So not much wind, and a very cool night here, all things considered. We'll see if that track temp does go up throughout the night. As of right now, again, sitting at 61 degrees, or 71 degrees, sorry. I do expect it probably to go down, considering the fact that the sun will be going down here shortly. So we'll see how that one does play out. But while we have a moment here, we're going to go on board with these drivers and let it kind of cycle through the different drivers we have here tonight. Of course, all onboard cameras for tonight are brought to you by Northwest Racing Series themselves. So we're going to give you a feel for what it's like to go around these tracks, around this track. So give us just a minute. We're going to switch to that onboard camera. And so we're going to switch over right now. We're going to go silent on the mic here for just a moment. All right, we're back. I think we just had time advanced on us as qualifying is underway. We had about 5 minutes to go, and all of a sudden time was up. I do believe it got advanced, as we're going to have the 03 of Daniel Masters coming out on to the track. So let's go ahead and bring up your qualifying bar as well as your qualifying drop down. We'll let you know where all these drivers are going to be starting, but unfortunately, because of that, we are not going to get a driver interview here with Sean Brightsman, as again, time was advanced automatically there. We had about 5 minutes to go, and it abruptly came to an end, so they are going to go ahead and advance to qualifying. We'll let you know where everyone stacks up. You can see their names, of course, on the list, so look for the last name you're looking for, and you can see where they're going to be stacked up here tonight, as again, qualifying is officially underway. Nobody has put in a time just yet. We'll see here how this one does go. We're going to find the best camera for this race, as there are a lot of just awesome camera angles that we have access to here at Auto Club. But again, the number 3 is the one you're watching. He was the first one out on the track of Daniel Masters. But we'll be seeing how and what kind of time he puts in. And we've seen it over and over again where these drivers hold off to the last minute. I don't think we're going to see too many hold off, as right now it's very shady outside, plus it's getting dark, so it's already going to be nice and cool 70 degrees, so no matter there. Daniel Masters going to put in a 39.979. That will put him at the top of the charts for the moment anyway. We'll see. Let's switch over to Rob Stewart. And it looks like we are running open qualifying. I'm not thinking last time we did not see this. So open qualifying here tonight, a little special treat for everyone. So this is going to be interesting. They have 10 minutes on the clock. It's as many laps as they can run, as open qualifying is different. We're not used to seeing this, but there goes the 83 going around. That is going to be Chris White. Oh, and there's the 76. Gets into the 51. That's going to invalidate both times. So we have a new one here. Let's see. As Sean Brightsman, we'll let you qualifying underway. So we'll get him as he's there. We're getting the word that qualifying is not intended to be this way, as Jared Wakefield out on the track in the number 50 machine here tonight. He is going to go around this track. He's currently, well, there he goes. He was around 6. Now he's going to take it to the top of the charts with a 39.642, and we have a feeling that Josh Coley already going to not take a time. As we are not surprised there. We did talk to him earlier, and he is going to hang around the back here for tonight. Not a bad idea, especially with open qualifying, as you've already seen people getting into each other out on the track. It does happen. We'll see Caden Anderson currently second fastest, but he is off the track right now. Let's jump over to Jeff Stabnow if we could real fast, and he is on the track here at the moment. In that number 24 machine. We'll see what kind of time he can put in. All right, they're getting more notifications in there, so just to stay informed from race control, as Jeff Stabnow again out on the track. This was not planned. Open qual was not intended to do with the new beta UI. It is a little buggy sometimes, so you may pick one thing and it does another. So you have to be really careful here. As it looks like Chris White, in that 83, as you saw him just about get into the outside wall. We're gonna find him real fast if we can. Again, the 83. Of Chris White. There he is, as he is right there behind Jeff Stabnow. Those two out on the track here kind of together. A little bit maybe a drafting going on. Not going to happen here as they're going down to the backstretch, and Chris White's going to bring it to a stop. He's not going to keep going. We'll switch over to Roy Grande, who is in that number 51 machine. Again, he got clobbered earlier when he was trying to come out onto the track. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see. And this might be the reason for the advancement, as they have an extra 5 minutes of qualifying. So we'll go ahead and get Sean Brightsman down here, who is on the track at the moment. So we'll wait for him to not be on the track before we pull him down. And actually, let's just get Jeff Stabnow here, who's currently off the track at the moment here. So we'll quickly pull him down real fast. Jeff Stabnow, you got a copy?
I got you, Charles.
Well, we don't want to hold you long here as it's open qualifying here, but, quickly, you got any shout-outs, and just give us a rundown on what this race is going to entail here. It's a bumpy track, and we've heard about 30 to 40 laps on fuel.
Yeah, I think we've got about 41 or so laps, 42 laps on fuel. I think the set wears pretty hard, but it wears pretty even here. So I think we should expect some long runs. We're going to transition in tonight, which should provide plenty of grip. So I think the set should be good. Maybe a little bit of troubles for some guys here early in the night. But as we transition into the nighttime, I think it should be good. Shout outs obviously to you, Walls Beardco. Mark Walls, my teammate, and he just couldn't be here tonight. He's got some sick kids at home and got to take care of the kids. So big shout out to the whole Walls family, and hope they all get better soon. And I know it's one of his favorite tracks, so I know it sucks watching us here. So we'll try to represent for him.
There you go. We're gonna refer to this as rapid fire interview going on, but we expect some good things from you here. As always, you're our pick for tonight's win. But I'm assuming the advancing of the session here a little bit earlier was to counteract this 10-minute of open qual.
I don't even know why I didn't even know we advanced it early, so not sure why we did that. We did not know we had open qual until open qual started. So caught us by surprise. We know they had an update today. I did read something in a couple places where some guys were saying their sessions did get switched to open qual, so we probably should have checked. Obviously, they're not the only ones that happened to. And there were some issues with some cautions not working for some league races, so we really hope that we don't fall victim to that tonight.
That is definitely, we're going to let you go here, but I guess if the worst case scenario of cautions don't come out, better than the caution coming out and the pace car never leaving the track. So if you have to take the worst of two, I'd rather take that one, but we're going to let you go, and hopefully we'll talk to you later tonight.
All right, man, you have a good one.
All right, again, that was the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Just giving a little insight as to what's going on here on the track. We got about a minute 50 left in qualifying as we got a bunch of drivers out. And we got Brian Beach. This is a brand new driver to the series, and then number 18. We have not seen him before, so awesome to see a brand new driver in the league as it has continued to grow over and over. And of course, to answer Kamikaze there, Mikey Neal Jr. is still racing. Of course, he races on Sundays and Tuesdays in the league, the race core that we cover. But indeed, he is still racing in that league. He's just obviously not racing here tonight. So we got a bunch of people in chat right now, so we want to welcome everybody. Again, whether you're on the VRN YouTube page, the VRN Facebook page, or the new place where we're going to be streaming everything to here shortly, that is the Virtual Racing Network website. We are live on there as well, so make sure you check that out. It is a free membership. For the time being, we will be switching over to all of our new leagues we pick up. Will be on a subscription-based thing. We will be talking a little bit more about that here in the very, very near future. As time will just tell how soon we can release that. Of course, for everyone out there that wants one, we are going to be releasing new VRN T-shirts here. Even sooner than that, we'll be releasing those here hopefully in the next week or two. And putting those up for sale. So VRN T-shirts coming your way here very shortly with 3 seconds left on the clock. Make it 0 seconds. Time is up. Qualifying is over. They do have that last 50 seconds, so we're going to step away during this last little minute here and get everything sorted out. And we'll be right back with your Walls Beard Co. starting grid here from Auto Club Speedway with the Northwest Truck Series on Virtual Racing Network. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as they're going to be taking to the grid. It's going to be Jared Wakefield that is going to be on pole here for tonight's race. And we'll go ahead and we will get down to the grid with these guys, as we do have a grid camera here. Let's go through your Walls Beard Co. starting grid. On row 1 is going to be the 50 of Jared Wakefield and the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Again, our pick for tonight's win. We'll see if we can continue that good luck stream for him here tonight. On row 2 is going to be the 76 of Rob Stewart and the 46 of Sean Breitzman. Row 3 is going to be the 1 of Caden Anderson and the 17 of Bill Ross Jr. Row 4 is going to be the 65 of Steve Silstad and the 83 of Chris White. Row 5 is going to be the 2 of James Thurston and the 21 of Jason Berg. Row 6 is going to be the 03 of Daniel Masters and the 51 of Roy Grande. Row 7 is going to be the 13 of Ryan Maines and the 88 of Travis McKinney. Row 8 is going to be the 89 of John Ottenbacher and the 18 of Brian Beach, a brand new driver making his debut here tonight. Row 9 is going to be the 11 of Frank Harris, and the first driver not taking a time is going to be the 33 of Josh Coley. Row 10 is going to be the 58 of Stephen Paulson and the 26 of Ray Fournier. Row 11 is going to be the 77 of Tom Green and the 78 of Dan Stuzzi. So 77 and 78 on the same row here tonight. Row 12, well, there is no row 12, so 22 drivers have made the trip here to the race tonight. This should be a great race indeed. As you see right now, they are rolling off pit road to get this thing started here at Auto Club Speedway. Just going to zoom in there. We got a little smoke coming from, I believe that's 33, spinning those tires just a little bit. But again, that will do it for your starting grid. And we're going to have somebody stuck on pit road. They are not going to come down. I'm not sure who that is. That is going to be Brian Beach, who is going to be staying on pit road. This may be a deliberate act to stay on pit road so that he may get an EOL to the back. We'll see. Maybe we'll get a word in with him later on in the night to find out. We'll see, JT. We got the new nickname, Jeff the Stabinator Stabnow, out on the track. He's going to be outside pole for tonight's race. We'll see if he can get going, but we want to thank everybody for tuning in one more time here, whether you're tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, or over on the VRN website. We appreciate everybody for tuning in here for the race. Make sure you like it and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe, all of that good jazz, as we are set to get the green flag here momentarily. Lights are off on the pace car. It looks so dark over here because of those mountains. And these trucks are about to come to life as the green flag is moments away from coming out for the first time here, as it will be coming out. There it is. Green flag is in the air. You're watching the Northwest Truck Series presented by Walls Beard Co. here on Virtual Racing Network, as we have that brand new logo in there thanks to Crum's Custom Graphics. Paul Crummer over there, an awesome job on that new logo, as it's going to be Jeff Stabnow that gets the lead over Jared Wakefield very early in this race. We haven't even completed a lap here on lap 1 of 90, and he manages to squeak by him to take the lead early in this race. Caden Anderson back in that number 1 machine. We'll see again. Mark Walls and Sean Breitzman have dominated this season. They've won every race between the two of them. Jeff Stabnow, we have talked to him over and over again. He wants a win. He needs a win so badly, and he will lead lap number 1 to lead the first lap of this race. Now, he needs that win, and we're going to see if he can possibly get it here, as we're going to go zoom in just a little bit if we can. As you see him come barreling down the backstretch here, there is the cone to come out of pit road. We'll see how pit stops will happen. About 41 laps on fuel is what we're being told. So we may see them come in a little bit sooner here. You could come in on lap 40 and lap 80, and then you have a 10-lap shootout. So I expect to see them here around lap 40. If they come in at 41, that's going to put them on a weird sequence. 40, so it'd be 41, and then it would be 82-ish. So it'd be a little different there, but it ain't going to matter. Caution's going to come out, and there's a huge pile up back here. Parking lot going in the turn, as I believe that's turn 1. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened, as we have several cars involved in this caution, and Daniel Masters going to be involved in it in the 03. But what happened and where did this all originate here is we'll go to the aerial coverage here. Whoa, right there. Looks like the 88 gets into the 11, hits the 03, and then the 51, nowhere to go. And it looks like Tom Green just barely going to squeak by. He does get a little bit of damage, but for the most part, he does manage to squeak through it. So a lot of drivers involved. And I believe that was, yes, it was indeed the 88 of Travis McKinney right there in the middle. Let's go back and take one more look at this here. So we're going to go back to the aerial view. You'll see right there, contact again, and just right there, right in the middle, and just nowhere to go. He bounces off two trucks, spins around, and takes a few guys with him, and that'll bring out caution number 1 here for the 88 of Travis McKinney as he was trying to thread the needle there. And unfortunately, that thread was just a little bit too big for the eye of the needle as caution number 1 will come out. Alright, we'll see. Does anybody come down at pit road? Again, if we have a caution here, this is way too early for anyone to really take advantage of it. However, if we have a caution come out around lap 10 or so, they could come down and get fuel, and then at that point it would be a one-stop race instead of a two-stop race. Right now, the way it is, they're going to come in probably roughly around lap 40. They will come back down around lap 80 and have a 10-lap shootout. That being said, if we have a caution here roughly about lap 10 to 12, 15 probably even, I expect them to come down, get tires and fuel. There are some people coming down that were involved in this, but this is too early. You would like to have seen this maybe around lap 10 to 12, as that would make it to where you only had one stop to go. But right now this is too early to make it on one stop, so they will stay out for the most part. At least your top 10 drivers did. Everybody behind them coming in, and we still have some people on pit road. Lights are on the pace car here at the moment. Jeff Stabnow leading, so we'll see here. Whoa, not sure what Caden Anderson's doing. He went way down the track there, cleaning those tires off a little bit, as I thought he was pulling it off the track for a minute, but just cleaning the tires. We'll see how this one's going to play out on the restart as Jeff Stabnow, again, your race leader. And it looks like for the most part, everybody but Frank Harris and Ray Fournier are off pit road and onto the track. Looks like Josh Scully having a bit of a connection issue there, I think. We'll see if that gets sorted out before this race is over and said and done. But early caution coming out here. You really didn't expect to see a caution that soon, and really I didn't expect to see too many cautions, period, with this track being 69 degrees. But as Jeff said, this truck can be a bit of a handful, the setup anyway, and also to mention that this track is very bumpy, so you get tossed around quite a bit, so things can go wrong on this track. But the lights are off. We are set to go racing next time by. We'll see if Jeff Stabnow can hang on to it. He's led 5 laps, and that's how many we've completed. So he took the lead and has not looked back as the 50 of Jared Wakefield, the pole sitter, sitting right now on the outside. So they basically just swapped spots here at the start of the race, and that's how it's been ever since. One caution so far. Of course, all cautions brought to you by Hanover Wrecker Service. Make sure you check them out on Facebook if you're in the area. If you do need a wrecker service, make sure you call Hanover Wrecker Service. So let us know in the comments there, who are you rooting for tonight? Who is your pick for tonight's race win? And of course, I should probably share this out there a little bit, a few more places, get some more people in here. We got quite a few, but obviously would like a few more out there, as we definitely have a lot of fans for these drivers out there. It is obviously late for some people, but it ain't late here, and it ain't late where they're at. So let's get this thing going one more time. As you see right there, Auto Club 4, they are in turn 4. Pace car will be diving off this time as we get up and close and personal with these. Jeff Stabnow about to be on that gas pedal. There he is right there. Gets the jump. Green flag is in the air. We're on lap number 7 of 90 as they cross the line right there. And we'll see this time around, Caden Anderson is going to get by the 50 of Jared Wakefield. So 2 restarts here, or the original start and a restart. And both times, Jared Wakefield falling backwards on the start. Not the best restarts and start here for Jared Wakefield, as he is going to fall a spot. And he may lose another one. We'll see, as Rob Stewart right there trying to make something happen. And here comes Jason Berg in that 21 machine to the bottom. He's going to try to get up there. But what a run for Jeff Stabnow. He is out front, already has a .633 second lead over Caden Anderson. The one I want to watch for, though, is Jason Berg. As let's go on board with him if we can. Watching Jason Berg right now in that number 21 machine, he is giving every inch he has and every bit of effort he has. He's a fast driver. He's somebody that Jeff Stabnow is probably going to have to watch out for later on in this race. And as I say that, he gets loose. I'm not sure if he had contact there or not, but there is some contact, and he will go into the outside wall. Let's go back here real quick and see if we can figure out what happened to him. And so let's go to the replay, even though they're under caution. Let's go to the aerial cam and see if we can't see what happened to the 21. I'm not sure. I believe he just got loose. And then that may have made more contact. No, he scrapes the wall, gets it a little loose. And right there's contact as the 17 slides up. The 65 has to make evasive actions there and gets into the 21 in the process. That is going to push him all the way back to a 17th place. With that damage, he does have a fast repair, and he's going to have to use it later on tonight. We'll see just how long he does, or till he uses it, though, here on lap number 10 of 90. As they're coming out of turn 1 at the moment, it is Jeff Stabnow who's wicked loose in that wicked chassis machine. He is your race leader, and they're strung out here just a little bit. As here comes Caden Anderson. He's going to try to get to the inside. Will Caden Anderson get the lead is the question as he comes barreling into the corner. That is turn number 3, and he will take the lead. I'm not too sure he actually took that lead as much as Jeff Stabnow may have let him have it, as there was no sense in battling this early in the race. So I think Jeff Stabnow, after that little spell he had there where he got loose, may have let Caden Anderson by and let him have it just a little bit. I'm not going to say he just handed it over to him, but Jeff Stabnow knows the limits of this truck. He knows what it can and can't do, and I think he wants to conserve those tires just a little bit. I don't think he wants to be out there battling for the lead and eating up his tires. So we'll see if we get a chance to talk to him later tonight. If that was the case, did he kind of concede that spot to save tires just a little bit and not eat them up early into this race? So we'll see. There we got Mark Walls in chat. So Mark, welcome to chat. Mark obviously would know there too if that looked like a concede spot to the 1, as that is his teammate. I personally think he kind of gave that to him just a little bit too easy. I don't think he wants to battle this early on in the race, as he's hanging in there second place. We go a little bit further back here as you got Wakefield, Stewart, and Ottenbacher. Right now, those 3 are battling right now for second, third, and fourth. And a good little battle going on. It's kind of strung itself out here just a little bit, but still a nice little battle going on between these. And here it comes, a few more drivers in there. Josh Coley in that number 33 machine, who is notorious for not qualifying. And here he is running in the 6th position. We talked about it earlier. He always starts in the back and somehow magically puts that orange number 33 up to the front of the field. And he's doing it here tonight. Chris White right behind him in that 83 machine. We'll see. I believe the 83's got a new sponsor on the side of this car. It may not be. We'll see. As I'm not sure, Trading Paints may not be loading correctly for us here tonight. We'll have to see. It looks like most of them are in the right paint, so I believe it is. It looks like a new sponsor on there. And yes, there we got a yes sir from Mark Walls. That Jeff Stabnow not giving up the spot, conceding the spot just a little bit as to save tires and not battle this early in the race. As you see right there, Caden Anderson has pulled away to a significant size lead. So if Jeff Stabenow would have stayed in front of him and tried to battle with him, right there you see he's a little bit faster at the moment. He would have worn those tires out, and he may need those tires later on in this run. That being said, this track is going to change the later in this race we go. You see those clouds, that orangey yellow glow? That is the sign that the sun is going down. As this sun goes down, this track gets even cooler. We'll see Jeff Stabenow's truck may come to life here. So we'll see. It's not as dark as it looks with all those mountains off in the background. There's a good view of what it actually looks like. As we'll have to wait and see, will that truck come to life? But right now, first out front, look at the battle here going on though. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and John Ottenbacher, probably one of the best battles going on, as he's got his teammate Sean Brightsman right behind him, pushing him. They're going to see if they can't go and battle for the front. They're side by side right now. It looks like the 46 now going to get behind the 83 of Chris White, as they're all trying to get together. They got the 13 of Ryan Maines behind them as well, as we are 16 laps in, 15 completed. We are here right now at Auto Club Speedway, as I had to think about it for a minute. But only one caution in so far. We'll pull that information up real fast. There you see it, one caution for 3 laps, 1 lead change, and that was when Caden Anderson took the lead from Jeff Stabenow. Technically, if you want to get technical, you count it as 2 lead changes, but Jeff Stabenow took the lead so fast from Jared Wakefield that no laps had actually been completed, thus he was the first technical leader. So while I would count that as a lead change because he took it from the pole sitter right away, but he never actually had the lead at the completion of a lap. So technically only 1 lead change here as you're watching this battle between Sean Brightsman and John Ottenbacher. And you see the sparks flying from the 76 of Rob Stewart as he kind of scrapes the wall there just a little bit. And let's go back here just a little ways here and see what we got going on. Look at this group on the track right now. There you go. That's a better angle for it. As Steve Stillstat in this bunch here, followed by Brian Beach in the bunch. Bill Ross Jr., Roy Grandy, Travis McKinney in this bunch. Travis McKinney obviously had that incident earlier on the track, and he has once again found himself stuck in the middle of cars. It looks like he's going to get to the bottom as he's going to get by Jason Berg, who is 1 lap down. He did come down pit road once. He does have that damage repaired, so he's waiting to see if he can maybe get a lucky dog and get back on the lead lap, as he's going to slide up in front of the 88, and we'll see he's going to take that spot, even though it's just for real estate. It's not for a position, and he's going to drive by the 03 of Daniel Masters, and that just shows you just how fast he is here at the moment. Josh Coley on the move right now in that number 33 machine. And so, again, we'll pull that up. He started 18th. He's up to 3rd. He's running down Jeff Stabenow for 2nd position at the moment. He was as low as 18th because that's where he started. But he is fixing to take it to the bottom. And we'll see if he can possibly make something happen here on the inside. And I believe he's going to. Jeff Stabenow. Truck just not maybe handling the way he wants right now. This is an open set. They can go make tweaks and changes. As Sean Brightsman hard into the outside wall. Caution is out. And that is going to stack up a few more people, but they managed to somehow keep it clean. As Sean Brightsman just pounds the outside wall. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to that 46 driver of Sean Brightsman here. As again, contact with the outside wall. And not how he was expecting to go. Right there, gets a little loose and just pancakes it right on the outside wall. And that'll bring out caution number 2 here on lap 21. It's, again, not the way he was expecting his night to go as he will have to use his fast repairs. That engine is smoking. Hopefully it makes it back to pit road, but caution out once again. We're going to step away to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be pretty much how they went in is how they're going to come out. I would expect to see that Jeff Stabenow probably made some changes to that truck. We'll see, but first we're going to talk to Josh Coley here, so we're going to go on board with him as he's in third place here at the moment. So let's get a quick word with him real fast and see how things are going. Josh Coley, you got a copy?
I got you, Charles.
Well, we got you here on the radio real fast, and you're running in third place. We heard earlier that from you that they said, forgot what the reasoning was, but your lap times didn't count for qualifying. But here you are, not qualified, started 18th, and now you are up to third place, running down Jeff Stabenow before that caution came out. So do you got some secrets there that you like starting in the back?
Oh, no secrets. Just I enjoy racing up through the pack and working my way through people, and I think we got a good truck tonight. Felt pretty good that last run, so we'll see how it goes.
Right now, you're going to be sitting on the inside of row number 2. Which lane has been the better lane here when it comes to the resource? It seems like it's that inside lane, which would give you the advantage on 24. Is that kind of accurate out there?
Yeah, the inside lane seems to be preferred. I don't know, when the truck's a little loose, that second lane works really good. And it takes me about 3 or 4 laps to really get going, so just kind of take it easy here and let things single file out, and then see if we can't work our way up a little.
Well, hopefully we'll be talking to you later on tonight. We know you got some sponsors and shout outs on that car, so or truck in this case technically. Who would those be here for getting you to tonight's race, and hopefully getting you into a top 3 tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank White Knuckle Racing. Josh Cushman helped us out a lot. And then Steve, he's always a good asset to have on the team. BRN, of course, for the excellent broadcasts. And then I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Northwest Racing League. So thanks to everybody.
All right, there you have it, folks. That's the 33 of Josh Coley. Hopefully we will be talking to him here in just a little bit in the top 3, or maybe even a win. We're going to get him back down to his racing and channel as we are just about ready. I think those lights should go off this time. They do indeed. We're going to get back to our main camera here as it's going to be Caden Anderson, Jeff Stabenow, Josh Coley, Chris White, and John Ottenbacher are going to be your top 5 drivers on the restart here. I would venture to guess, as we have Caden Anderson opting to take the outside lane here on the restart, I did not see that happening. he may have done something to that truck. It may handle better on the outside, but unless he's got a secret set of tires out there that I don't know about, I have a feeling Jeff Stabenow may get him on the bottom. We'll see. Possibly even Josh Coley. But so far, it seems like the inside lane is the better one on the restarts. We'll just have to kind of wait and see how that one plays itself out. Right now, they are battling very hard as the green flag is set to come back out this time by. All right, there you see turn 4 in your view. These guys are getting ready to get the restart here on lap 25 of 90. Pace car is diving off, and we are set to go racing one more time. You're watching the Northwest Truck Series here on Virtual Racing Network. Is presented by, of course, Walls Beard Co. The green flag is in the air. Caden Anderson gets a huge jump in the outside, so the outside definitely working here for the one of Caden Anderson. But here comes Jeff Stabenow, Josh Coley. They're going to battle back for second position, and we'll see Jeff Stabenow all over the back bumper of Caden Anderson here at the moment. As it looks like Josh Coley is, like he said, that truck not quite up to the back bumper. The 24 is going to take him a couple of laps to get things going. But already side by side back here between John Ottenbacher and Chris White. They're going to settle it out, and we have a battle for the lead. Once again, it's going to be Jeff Stabenow on the inside of Caden Anderson. And, almost a little bit of contact made there as Jeff Stabenow slides up just a little bit. And it's going to be Jeff Stabenow that is in the lead. Did he lead the lap? I believe. Yes, he did. Jeff Stabenow got the lead at the line. More contact made between the 1 and the 24 as Jeff Stabenow is going to take the lead. But this battle is not over yet, folks. They are still side by side at the moment. It's going to be close. And we hopefully no netcode happens here. They're side by side for the lead. And they're beating and banging pretty good there if they were almost touching. And it's going to be Jeff Stabenow at the line one more time. He'll lead his 10th lap as Caden Anderson is running that bottom side. Jeff Stabenow doing everything in his power to hold on. And Jeff Stabenow is going to take the lead. I thought he for sure was. I thought they were going to make contact. But they kept it clean for the most part. A little beating and banging going on. But now Caden Anderson under fire from the 33 of Josh Coley as Jeff Stabenow not letting the one by this time. He fights him all the way, and he manages to take the position away. Jeff Stabenow back out front, leading this race. And the way these guys are battling, this is not going to end pretty. And there they go, two of them into the outside wall. And no caution so far. I am shocked to not see the caution coming out for that one, as they're still piling up in the back of the field here, but no caution coming out for it. As we have two cars that were involved in that. Chris White going to be involved. He's on pit road. John Ottenbacher also on pit road. No caution comes out. We keep going. I am just dumbfounded as to why that didn't bring out a caution. We're good. Clean and green. Let's go back and take a look at what happened here. And you'll see here. Let's go to the aerial views. We're back on the replay camera here. And you're watching the blue and the black trucks here, the 89 and the 83 here from the aerial cam. And you'll see the contact coming up here in just a moment. How this did not bring out a caution, I don't know. They managed to clear the track, though. And we'll see maybe right there. Looks like John Ottenbacher may have come down just a little bit. Right there's the contact. More contact with the two getting involved. And somebody rear ends right there. I believe it was the 18 that gets a piece of the action as well. Somehow, again, no caution coming out. As we go back to the front, it's still Jeff Stabenow out front. Only the two cautions thus far for 7 laps. And we would have been in the pit window here, but they've only done 8 laps in this stint, so we have about 10 laps till the first window would have been in. So This now that we've had that caution, that second caution, that puts us in a one-stop window. So they'll come in here probably about lap 50-ish so, and maybe 55, and we would be good to the end of this race. I would only expect to see them probably come in if we saw another caution, but they should be good on the fuel here after one stop for the remainder of this race. We'll see Jeff Stabnow out front, but he is under fire from Caden Anderson at the moment, and Josh Coley. Josh Coley is coming to life now. As he said, it took that truck a few laps to get started, and he indeed has. As looks like Caden Anderson going to go to the inside. Josh Coley's going to sneak to the outside. Josh Coley may have the advantage, but here comes Caden Anderson back on the inside. Josh Coley right behind him as they're going to both try to squeeze through on Jeff Stabnow. And I'm not sure if it's going to work. We'll see. Jeff Stabnow is going to give up the lead here to Caden Anderson. Anderson out front. Josh Coley trying to get by as well, but so far unable to make it stick as he's trying to follow that one of Caden Anderson through the hole. He does get it. So now they've swapped it up. It's now Caden Anderson, Josh Coley, and Jeff Stabnow are your first, second, and third place drivers here at the moment. We're going to go cycle through the field here just a little bit. As you can see, not a whole lot going on. Everyone's really spread out here at the moment for the most part, as we're going to have, I believe that's Brian Beach that is sitting on pit road. So again, not too much going on here at the moment. You do have the 83 trying to make up some ground here. He's trying to get by the 03, but of course Chris White is currently 2 laps down, and he's going to pull the pit road. That is not his pit stop. So it looks like he is going to call it a night possibly. We'll see. Something not right with that truck. He's going to be on pit road so far for 7 seconds. We'll see. Caden Anderson, though, out front leading this race. It's a side-by-side battle for second place. Jeff Stabnow, Josh Coley right now battling for second position. That is the biggest battle on the track here as we're on lap 33 of 90. Make it 34 of 90. We have 57 laps to go. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight, whether you're on the YouTube side of things, Facebook side of things, or if you're on the brand new VRN website watching live there. We want to thank you for tuning in here tonight. Of course, make sure you hit that thumbs up if you have one. Obviously on the website there is not one. It is a little bit different, but on the Facebook and YouTube side of things you can. And of course, if you haven't gone to the Virtual Racing Network, go to www.virtualracingnetwork.net. Sign up for the website. You can get a free subscription. It is free for the moment. We will be transitioning, of course, over to a subscription-based site for all new leagues going forward. So that is something we'll be releasing more details about here shortly, or here in the near future anyway. But Caden Anderson out front, followed by Jeff Stabnow. That battle's still going on, but you got another little battle starting to build up back here as well. As I want to get back to it here for just a minute, right here between Ryan Maines and Rob Stewart. That is between the 13 and the 76. As Josh Coley may be falling back just a little bit. Jeff Stabnow hanging on to second place. And now Ryan Maines starting to come to life here as he's running down that 33 of Josh Coley. Well, Josh Coley again maybe falling back just a little bit. Ryan Maines able to catch up with him here on lap 36 of 90 as we're roughly, just 6 laps past the third of the way done with this race. One more pit stop will do it here for tonight, and then these guys will be good to go. So if we get a caution right now, they would probably come in, but that would not be the final pit stop. They can't make it 51 laps ago. They can make it about 41 laps. Obviously, ideally, you would try to make it a 38 to 40 lap run. You don't want to push it all the way to 41 unless you know you can make 42. That would be just a little too close for some of these guys, I'm sure. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that to see how it all plays out in the end. Again, cautions could potentially change things up, so we'll keep an eye on that and see, how it plays out for him. But overall, I think we're going to see some good racing here. I don't expect to see too terribly many more cautions. While we have it here, let's go a little bit. Let's go right on board with one of these drivers here. Let's go. Why not? Let's go to Ryan Maines in the number 13 to see what it's like to be in his shoes here for a lap or two. As he's on the backstretch, we'll go ahead and go on board with him here for again a lap or two. See what it's like to be behind the wheel of one of these things. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, as get a little hydration break there. The 33 of Josh Coley once again reeling in the 24 of Jeff Stabenow, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to go back here as we are monitoring all of this throughout the night. Sean Brightsman, who still has that damage, running in 5th place. Rob Stewart 6th, and look who's in 7th place right now. That is, of course, the 21 of Jason Berg. He fell way back to about 17th position after that contact. He's started 10th. He's worked his way back up to 6th position. He has had to fight and claw his way through this field here tonight. And here he is battling right now for 5th position with Sean Brightsman. He's on the inside, and I believe he's probably going to take it. Well, again, Jason Berg is one heck of a driver here, but then again, so is Sean Brightsman. So Brightsman's not going to give that spot away easy as we're on lap 41 of 90. We are closing in on the halfway point already, folks. That is how good these guys are. Here at Auto Club, we are about 5 or 6 laps away. They're making about 5 laps now from the halfway point. We have 49 laps to go. We've completed 41. So again, a halfway point coming up very quickly here in this race. Just goes to show you when you have good racers and very few cautions, how many or how quickly a race can go. So it looks like Brian Beach is going to be done here tonight. We were wondering who Double B was, but that is going to be Brian Beach. That has retired from the night. Chris White sitting on pit road. Again, we've seen him this year, just has not had the luck he wanted to, as now he is sitting on pit road out of the race. We'll check in with that front here in a minute. We're still watching this battle between your front two. I'll show you front two. The 46 and the 21s are side by side. The front two not battling here at the moment, as there goes Jason Berg. He's going to get by Sean Brightsman. Brightsman fighting with everything he has, but that little bit of damage may be slowing him down just a tiny little bit here tonight. Not what he's wanting to. He'll save that fast repair, though, for later, but not slowing him down much. As you see right there, he is all over the back bumper. 47 laps to go. We've completed 41, is again the halfway point going to be coming up here shortly. Because I'm not too sure our math is going to be correct here. We'll see. Well, yeah, that's right. We've completed 43, and we'll go jump up to the leader real fast. That is Caden Anderson, who right There's the blue line right there. Is going to complete lap number 44. We've completed 44. We have 46 to go. This time by, we will be on lap 46. Next time by, anyway, we will be officially at the halfway point. 2 cautions in the books. Third one, I'm not sure why that didn't come out there, but that caution probably should have come out, and it may have saved Chris White. I'm not sure on that, but the caution did not come out as Caden Nation continues to lead here at Auto Club Speedway. You're watching the Northwest Truck Series presented by Walls Beard Co. here on Virtual Racing Network, and right there we are officially at the halfway point. 45 laps complete, 45 laps to go. We are at the halfway point. Everyone's pretty much spread out at the moment, so we are going to step away to a really quick commercial break, and if anything happens on the track, we will come back immediately.
Down into turn number 4, trying to run down the 61 of Aaron Corley. Aaron Corley still your race leader, followed by Tommy Fain, Bobby Miller, Gary Williams, and Shelby Williams. Gary Williams, Diamonds, turn number 3, trying to get a run on the 1B. Bobby Miller didn't have quite enough time. Meanwhile, back up front, your leader still the 61 of Aaron Corley.
All right, we are back, and this battle still underway for second place. Jeff Stabenow holding on to it here at the moment. Josh Coley trying to get it. Ryan Maines kind of lurking back there in the back behind them, and here comes Jason Berg as well. But again, Josh Coley right there with Jeff Stabenow trying to make it happen as we are past the halfway point here. 43 laps to go, 47 complete, as it does not take long to get around this track. They're running 41 second laps right now. Their fastest 39, so they are a few seconds off the pace due to these older tires, but still some great racing overall for everyone here tonight. Again, if we take a look at our Hanover Wrecker Service cautions of the night, 2 cautions for 7 laps, 3 different lead changes, and 1 caution that probably should have come out but for some reason did not. Is it was right in about second and third place, but somehow they keep it clean and green. No caution comes out for it, and here goes a new little battle between the 33 and the 13, but it's not going to matter. The 33 of Josh Coley is going to hang on to it, so I wouldn't call that much of a battle, but it was a little one there for a split second. As the one that I want to watch for is this guy right here, the 21 of Jason Berg. He is on the hunt as he's going to run down the 13 of Ryan Maines, and I don't think that's going to be much of a challenge there. I'm not saying that the 13 is slow, but the 21 is very fast here. He came from 17th all the way back to 5th position, so that right there tells you he has a very fast truck, and he's probably going to get by some of these guys fairly quickly. And there you see right there, he is going to make quick work of the 13 Ryan Maines as he goes to the inside. He will possibly get by him here. We'll see if the Toyota versus Chevrolet. That 21 of Jason Berg in that Toyota, and the Chevrolet, of course, of Ryan Maines. And the Toyota's going to get the advantage here. Jeff Stabenow is falling back a few positions. Something going wrong here with the 24s. He's going to lose 4 spots in less than a lap. Something not going right here with the 24 of Jeff Stabenow. Does he have damage? Indeed he does. Damage to the 24. I'm not sure what happened there to him. We'll take a look here real quick, see if we can figure out what might have happened to the 24, as we're going to go back to him. No damage at this point. Right here, he's got a clean truck. And the damage actually came on the inside, so that's what's surprising. As we'll see, still clean so far. When did this damage come into play is the question, as we had to go back. And you see right there a nice clean front. Here comes the 33 of Josh Coley to the inside. And right there, contact between him and Josh Coley in the 33, and that will cost him 4 spots and a little bit of damage, as that will shove him back all the way to 6th position. He's going to have to fight his way as a caution does come out. And let's see if we can figure out who it's going to be, and it's going to be Ryan Maines in the 13. Let's go back and take a look as we were watching to see what that caution was, or not caution, what that incident was earlier. The caution actually comes out for the front guys. We'll see here. It's going to be the 13 of Ryan Maines officially going around, but what is the culprit here as to what happened? And whoa, we'll see there what might have happened. We're going to have to go back and check out a different angle here. You're watching the 13 of Ryan Maines and the 33 of Josh Coley. Here's your on the aerial cam, brought to you by Sames Ford. And something just not quite going right here between these two. We'll see what happened. The 13 maybe slides up into him, or the 33 comes down. Yeah, the 13 just slides right into him. There, as he was about as close as you could get to the wall. So the 13 slides up and gets into the 33 of Josh Coley. At least that's what it looks like from our point of view, and that's going to put Ryan Maines in pit road. Josh Coley going to be sitting at the moment in 5th position. We have 38 laps to go. This is your stop right here. This will be the final pit stop of the race. So this is where you have to be just really on top of your game. This is where things can go south very quickly if you make a mistake on pit road. It's right now Caden Anderson, Jason Berg, Sean Brightson, Jeff Stabnow. Stabnow obviously going to use his fast repair here, so it won't take any time on pit road. The question is, will Caden Anderson, your current race leader, be the first one out of pit road, or somebody beat him off the line? The 76 has to back up. The 50 has to back up. The 76 still having the struggles on pit road. Jeff Stabnow getting tires done, and he's not going to do it. It's going to be Sean Brightsman that wins the battle off pit road. So Brightsman getting the lead here for the first time. He has not led any laps thus far in the race. He is your new race leader. So let's take a chat with him here if we can. Sean Brightsman, you got a copy?
Got a copy.
Well, we got you here as the new race leader. You haven't led all night. You've been beaten and banged on there a little bit all night long as well. But here you are, the race leader. We have 37 laps to go. Did you have to make any tweaks to that truck to try to stay ahead of the 21, the 1, and the 24, as they have been up there battling just all night long?
Oh yeah, we made some changes tonight, and this will be the second round of changes. Hopefully it makes it a little better, and we can take care of the lead here and just hold on to it. Caden looks pretty fast, so I'm him and Jason both pretty fast. Same with Jeff.
Well, you talk about go time here. It's, go time usually is those last 10 laps, but we are past the point of fuel. You can make it on fuel the rest of this race, so you don't have to worry about that. The question is, if we see a caution, say, in 15 laps out of the 36 that we have left, do you think yourself and others are going to come down here? Or is this kind of going to be maybe a 50-50 and drivers are going to be split on whether to come down or not?
I think most people are going to come down. I think what will come down to is 4 tires or 2 at that point. I think you'll have a few 2-tire takers if we have that split down the middle. So.
Well, it should be interesting. We won't ask you which one you might do because we don't want you to give away any secrets out there that could give you an advantage in the race, in case anyone's out there watching. But we know you got a fast truck as well, but it's going to be a tough one to hold off this field, especially those 3 behind you.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But we know you got some sponsors on that truck, and shout-outs. So who are those to be here as you're going to try to get your 5th win tonight?
I just got to thank Wells Beard Co., Wicked Chassis Racing, Virtual Racing Network, Central Welding Supply, Thank you guys for all your support.
All right, there you have the 46 of Sean Brightsman. As we'll see if we're talking to him later tonight, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get him back on his own radio channel. As again, that was the 46 of Sean Brightsman out front leading this race here tonight. We go back to our main camera. You're watching the Northwest Truck Series here presented by Walls Beard Co. on the Virtual Racing Network. As we are a division, of course, of RaceOnTexas.com. If you haven't signed up, if you just love dirt track racing, make sure you go to RaceOnTexas.com and get a membership. $9 a month or $100 a year. You can watch all the dirt track racing from each weekend that your heart can contain. Just out saying there, I believe there's 10 different videographers that film. Of course, I am one of them on Friday nights at Monarch Motor Speedway, so make sure you check our one of our partners out there at RaceOnTexas.com. They do a fantastic job of getting that content up as quickly as possible for on demand, and of course they also do some live events about 8 times a year. As I did the calculations there to see how many we had this year, I believe it's about 8 or so. But back to the racing action as we are under a Hanover Wrecker Service caution here for the third time. The lights are off. Those lights are blinding, but lights are off on the pace car. We are set to go racing this time by. We'll see how this one plays itself out here tonight. Should be a great race indeed. As the lights are off, pace cars in, green flag is in the air, and we are racing here once again at Auto Club Speedway with 35 laps to go. They can make it on fuel, but as we just heard, it will be, if we get about 15 laps in and a caution comes out, we expect to see these, at least some of them come down, but I think it's going to be more of a 2 or 4 tire decision, not a decision whether or not to come down pit road. As right now it's Sean Brightsman out front, followed by Jason Berg, Jeff Stabnow, Caden Anderson, Josh Coley, unfortunately not in this group right now, as he is back in 10th position after that incident on the track. We'll see if he can hang on to it, and hopefully we stay in here. I may hear some storms coming in to the picture here, but this race won't be rained out. Unfortunately, we may be, but some storms potentially coming in to our future here. We'll see as we're going to take a look at the radar while we watch this. But again, it might have been something else. No storms in the immediate future. Well, I say that by 6 a.m. we'll be getting some, but we're going to be well and clear of this race by 6 a.m. So we will keep going here. Sean Brightsman out front. As you look at this battle for second position, it is Stabnow, Bergen, Anderson really just duking it out. And you got even, at the moment, Bill Ross Jr. getting into the picture, as well as it's going to be Berg to the inside of Stabnow. They're side by side. Two of a group of the fiercest drivers in this series, battling side by side, but the outside line coming back to life. Here's Jeff Stabnow, hangs on to second place. It's going to be Berg that has to do the work here on the inside. They're all running down. Sean Brightsman, of course, a teammate of Jeff Stabnow, but we've established about 3 seasons ago when we started, there's no pecking order. And Stabnow wants that win bad. He needs the win to get into the chase and lock himself in. Is, of course, Sean Brightsman already has 4 wins on the season. Mark Walls has 3. Just to go there, that means between the two of them have only won here in this season. Mark Walls, who is not here tonight, has won 42% of the races, and roughly 42. And Sean Brightsman has won 57% of the races. He has won over half the races, and the other half of that has gone to his teammate Mark Walls. So Sean Brightsman out front to win his 5th race here at the moment. and he already has won 57% of the races that we have had here tonight, or this season. So he could very well push that beyond 57% into 60, maybe even 65% of the races won he's completed in this season. So we'll see how it goes. Jeff Stabnow in second place at the moment. Caden Anderson's kind of falling back to third place. Jason Burke still trying to run down the one of Caden Anderson. Hadn't quite been able to get by him, but look at this just gaggle. That's the only word for it, is that there is a huge amount of cars back here battling. Josh Coley back in here. He's up to 8th place. It wasn't 10th. He's gained 2 spots. He's got the 11 of Frank Harris behind him. Followed by Steven Paulson. Steve Silstad, his teammate. The 03 gets loose. Contact in the 11 goes for a ride, folks. And there he is coming back down to the ground, as that is the 11 of Frank Harris. Let's go back and see what happened. As we're going to have to go to the aerial view to even remotely see what happened here, folks. As we'll see, I believe this involved the 03 at some point. There's the 03 in the front of your screen, gets loose and gets clipped by the 11. The 11 flying into the air. That is not really realistic at all, but definitely a wild ride for Frank Harris, as that is going to bring out the 4th caution of the night, and he is definitely going to be on pit road after that one and probably a little shook up. Let's see if we can get a quick word in with him real fast, as we are under caution once again. Sean Brightsman, your race leader. Let's see if we can get a word in with Frank Harris. Frank Harris, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, you almost were not here. I'm pretty sure you were going for a different universe when you hit that wall, but just the 03 gets loose. You clip his back bumper, and then apparently tried to clear the fence and the grandstands on top of that.
Yeah, all I saw was Josh Coley in front of me, and I didn't see the car that was in front of him, and I was going to go high past Josh, and because I had a good run on him, and I figured I could probably get alongside of him, maybe get him in 3 and 4, but I didn't notice that car that spun in front of him, and I collected him, and well, I went to the moon.
You said you wanted to go high, but not quite what you meant when you said you're going to go high, as you did clear the fence there. So definitely not the way you wanted it to go, but you know, to say you went out with a bang is an understatement. But we'll give you a chance to do any shout outs you got out there, as you went sky high there on that caution.
Yeah, I appreciate Jeff Stabnow for all the help that he gives us on Saturday nights, and Walt Spirko, you guys especially. You guys are awesome broadcasting our races, and I love watching the races after the end of our race. And I don't know. Oh yeah, and Atlas Finishers. So I appreciate all you guys' help, and I hope I didn't miss any sponsors there.
All right. Well, hopefully they'll clear you from the medical center after that one, and we'll be right back here in just a moment when those lights go off. Is we got to calm down a little bit. That was an exciting one, so we'll be right back. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as the lights are off on the pace car, which means that we're going racing next time by. Going to be 24 laps to go. And, we have mentioned a while back, we have new overlays being made at the present time as we are getting notifications of those over there with Jason Allison from iBog, obviously working on those diligently, but it'll be a little bit, but we will promise the new overlays will be worth the wait, as we are going to do some new things that we haven't seen before, and that's precisely why we're keeping them under wraps here, as we are not going to be showing them off until they are 100% complete. So we do not want any of that leaked out. All right, we are set to go racing. This time by pace car dives off. We have 24 laps to go when the green flag comes out. And just after midnight, you see all the lights flashing in the stands. These fans love the racing. Hopefully you do too. As the green flag is out, Sean Brightsman on the gas pedal here, as these guys did come down pit road. Ooh, side by side between Stabnow and Berg, but it's gonna be Stabnow that has second place here for the moment. We'll see if he can hang on to the second position, and of course they're all trying to get up to Sean Brightsman to get the win and stop him from winning 5 races. They're not gonna be 5 in a row, but they indeed would be 5 races as Stabnow probably making stabs at the setup here, trying to make little changes, as these guys, of course, running open setup. Their teammates, the 26 and the 24, but they're still going to tweak things a little bit different to get to their liking, as they're all running down the 46 right now with 23 laps to go. Going to be 22 this time by. And here comes the 24 Jeff Stabnow to the inside of Sean Brightsman. Sean Brightsman hanging on for dear life, trying to hold on to the lead. Our pick for tonight's race, the 24 Jeff Stabnow. He's already led 14 laps, and he's going to make it 15 if he can get the lead here. And the 46 goes around. Caution is out, and he's going to hammer the wall hard as he gets clipped. Jeff Stabnow, your leader, though. Let's go back to the 46 of Sean Brightsman, who got loose on his own, and that spelled disaster right coming up here in just a moment. You'll see what happened. What we're talking about is you're watching the 46. The aerial view is just the best view we have. And you'll watch the 46 of Sean Brightsman right there starts getting loose. And the 21 barely squeaks by. And Josh Coley once again being caught up in the mess here. And that will send the 46 into the outside wall extremely hard, as we are under caution once again here for the 46 getting loose. And that will be, as we'll take a look, our 5th caution for the night, and that may do it here for the 46 of Sean Brightsman. He does not have a faster pair left, and that, again, just unfortunate ending here. But Jeff Stabnow, your new race leader, and unfortunately for the 46, he's out. Fortunately, if you want to say it, it's not what you want to hear. But the 24, that is a fierce competitor. It's someone who could potentially take the win away in that 46. That is not in this race now. Now he's got to fight off the 1 of Caden Anderson and the 21 of Jason Berg here with about 19 laps to go, and we get the green flag. So this is going to get very interesting with very few laps left to go. All right, again, we have the lights still on. We are going to step away to a quick commercial break. We will be right back here, though, in just a few moments. As surprising, not many people, if any, are going to come down. I believe you had one taker, but that's it. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break, though. Are you in the market for a quality new or used car, truck, or SUV? Head on down to Sames Ford in Corpus Christi, Texas, and browse through their inventory today. You won't be disappointed. Alright, the lights are off on the pace car. It's going to be 18 laps to go when we get the green flag this next time by. Jeff Stabnow is in the position to get the win right now. He is leading this race. He's only led 18 laps, but to do so, he's going to have to hold off the hard-charging 21 of Jason Berg and the 1 of Caden Anderson. He was doing a good job of it before this caution came out. They did not come down pit road and change anything. So if he has the winning truck and he was able to pull away from them, he'll still be able to do it. The question is, will he be able to do it with Jason Berg on the outside? Again, he thinks that truck's better on the inside. That's why he chose the inside lane. He has the option to pick the outside lane, but he also has the advantage of getting the green flag first. It's up to him to start, and I would imagine he's going to get as big of a jump as he can as soon as that pace car is off the track and we are clear to go racing. He is going to jump down there and hit that gas pedal. All right, and we are getting the thing, so we'll pull him down here as we got Sean Brightsman in the booth. So, Sean, welcome to the booth.
Thank you, guy.
Well, this is where all the action really happens here in the booth. The green flag is in the air. We got the inside knowledge here. We got the 24 Jeff Stabnow leading this race, and he, he's going to have his hands full, but did he make any special tweaks to that truck there that last time?
Not really. He's thinking he can hold these guys off for a few laps, and then they're going to start making some ground. So we'll see what happens for Jeff here and see what kind of charge the 21 of Jason Berg and the number 1 of Anderson can make.
The real question here, of course, is are we going to see another caution in this race? I don't want to be negative Nancy, but I really think we're not out of the woods here, caution. The more these guys start battling, the more likely a caution is to come out. And I think, especially if you go back here to about 5th place or so, the way these guys are battling, I don't think we're going to be done with the cautions yet.
it looks like we might not be, but they're definitely battling hard here for all the positions they can get.
They are indeed battling hard. And then again, we saw earlier tonight, I believe it was with John Ottenbacher and Chris White getting together for third position. Somehow the entire field scatters around them like little worker ants, avoiding the wreck, and the caution doesn't come out for that. So you never know what's going to happen here on the racetrack. As long as they stay clear of the racing surface, we'll stay green. As Jeff Stabnow has a run here. He's got a .350 second lead over Jason Berg. I really think, unless something happens, I really do think it's going to be Stabnow, Berg, or Anderson that get this win. Those three have been so dominant here tonight. Of course, yourself, Ottenbacher that were up there, Coley was up there, no longer in contention at the moment. But Ottenbacher, I'm not going to count him out. He's back in 10th. If we get a big wreck, he could possibly be back in this.
Yeah, and we got a challenge here for third place. Looks like Mr. Stewart's trying to make a challenge on Anderson, who I think got some damage from my spin there. So he's trying to get around the slightly damaged truck of Anderson.
And that's another thing that, of course, will slow him down, is a little bit of damage. And we talked about it the other night in the Xfinity Series, but you can obviously give us a little bit more insight to this. This isn't technically a super speedway track. It is 2 miles, and there is a long backstretch. If you're behind somebody, like we're watching this battle for the lead, do you actually get any arrow, as we're going to get a caution anyway, and it's going to be back in the back with the 88 of Travis McKinney that is involved. So let's we'll table that for the moment, and let's go back and see what happened to the 88 of Travis McKinney to bring out our 6th caution of the night. And most of ours have been self-spins. Here is, this one's going to be a self-spin as well, spinning like a top as well, and it looks like that is Ray Fournier, I believe, in the 26, if I'm not mistaken. It is Ray Fournier. Nowhere to go but right into his door panel. Couldn't even figure out where he was going to be. And that will bring out the caution. Before we get back to what we were just mentioning, when it comes to now, we have 14 to go. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say nobody's coming in. But as a driver, would you probably agree or disagree with that?
With what they've ran, there could be a chance some of the back markers come in and get that 4 tires and try to drive through the field. But it looks like, Jeff, the leader's coming down and only one person staying out. Looks like Jason Berg.
Oh, I honestly did not expect to see that. I expected these guys to stay out, but that goes to show you here how important those tires are. And the question is, are they going to take 2 or 4 tires? If it was you, you're out on the track right now, or on pit road, what do you take, 2 or 4?
I'm paying attention to see what other trucks, and it looks like only 2 trucks stayed out, so I'd be taking 4 if it were me.
We'll see, we're watching Jeff Stabnow, who came in as the race leader, and he is going to take 4 tires here. Obviously, no need for fuel. He doesn't need it. The 76 gets out first, followed by the 17, I do believe it is, Bill Ross Jr., and you said one driver, that was Jason Berg, that did not come down pit road. So let's get interesting here. We got Jason Berg. What I want to point out too is his last pit stop, 9.4 seconds. So his last pit stop was only 2 tires. So he has extremely old tires on one side. Fairly about 14 laps on 2 of them. Then you have James Thurston with 4 tires in that 2 machine, followed by Rob Stewart and Bill Ross with 2 tires, and Jeff Stabnow back in 5th with 4 tires. This could get interesting.
Oh, it's definitely going to get interesting. Jason and James are going to probably be a little slow on the second lap, and Rob and Bill Ross Jr. are going to be coming, I think, pretty quick. Jeff's probably going to be putting a lot into it. He probably taped up, I would assume, or as much as he could for the few amount of laps we have. So.
Well, definitely, it's going to be a fun one as we got chat going wild right now. Trust me, it's going to be a good one out there for everybody watching. We got to. No, there's never a bad question out there if you're new out there watching. The car that blew by, the pace car, was someone that was a lap down. It's referred to as a wave around. So, and a little lucky dog. And we got Sean Bright answering it, so I don't need to. But I didn't even. I probably should read all this of it and then answer, but I read them in order. And by the time I did, you'd already answered it. So, yeah, maybe I should just read all of chat first.
You could, but then you wouldn't be watching the racing.
That is true. I try to focus more on that. So, first off, I do apologize for not always answering stuff right away. That is why we get engrossed in the racing, and it looks like we're going to have a 10-lap shootout. So I will not be paying too close attention to chat after that one with 10 laps to go. Dare I say, all hell's about to break loose on this track.
I think that's a good phrase to use at this moment in time. We're getting ready to that 10 to go, and people are going to be trying to make all the moves they can. So I would be expecting a caution in the first couple laps if that does get a little wild.
It will indeed. We got no tires, 2 tires, 4 tires, all scattered throughout the top 5 drivers right now. Everybody behind, I will say this, everybody from Jeff Stabno on, so 5th place on 4 tires. But ahead of that, again, Berg, your race leader, did not come down. He has 16 laps, we'll say 12 maybe, green flag conditions on some of those. James Thurston in the 2, he's showing 10, so looks like he did not go down either on this last one. So he did not come down, but not 2 old tires. And below them, then you have 2 tires and 4. So your front row not taking tires. Let's just hope they don't. If they spin those tires in any way, that could spell disaster for everybody behind them.
It absolutely could. And I don't think we're going to have any real major wheel spin or anything here at California. So I think the front row is going to be okay getting the launch and not spinning tires or anything. So we'll see what happens with those guys. But I'm looking for that 76 to make a hard charge.
Definitely, and while we're about to get the green flag here, we're going to be watching this restart. We'll go back to what we were just about to talk about as we kind of tabled that conversation for a minute. It's not a super speedway, but you have a really long backstretch here. Do you actually get any draft at all if you're behind somebody going down this backstretch?
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely get it on the front and the back. Berg fires off with a great launch.
He does, and look at all. We got the lights flashing in the stands. The fans out there absolutely love this racing action as we have 14 drivers on the track right now. Again, we're going to keep a very close eye. Those 2 that took 2 tires are side by side. If I'm Jeff Stabno, my heart's sinking right now as I do not want those 2 that took 2 tires there side by side. That, to me, scares the living crap out of me.
Yeah, and especially seeing what happened to me up front and saying that it wasn't the tires is what he asked me. And being behind it's definitely going to be nerve-wracking for him as he makes a move to go under Bill Ross.
He is, and he's going to go to the inside, and he's going to squeeze it. He'll go to the high side now, and it looks like he probably will get by the 76 of Rob Stewart. But he's got 9 laps to do it to make something happen. He's got to get by them, and he's going to get by the 2 of James Thurston. I really don't think Rob Stewart and these guys, no offense, not that they're slow, but with those tires, I don't think they're going to be much of a challenge for him. However, old tires, no tires, you could give Jason Berg rims, and I still think he could probably hold his own out there. So I do think Jason Berg is going to give him a little bit of trouble there. We'll see just how much when he catches him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jason, like said, he can be driving on rims, and he's still going to run you for everything he got. So we'll see what happens if he does catch him, which it looks like he's pretty close. So
he is right there. He's got the 76 of Rob Stewart, who again took 2 tires. I'm really surprised Jeff hasn't been able to get by him just yet. But he's probably, somewhat biding his time, but you don't want to do that too long. Meanwhile, though, the 76 Rob Stewart's actually making a bid for the lead, and a caution is out. And with 8 to go, and it's going to be back here with Bill Ross Jr. Those 2 tires may not have fared him too well. And we've lost Sean Brightson. I'm not sure where he went, but he's back. There we go. We got you back here in the booth. The caution coming out for the 17 as those 2 tires not working out well for him here as he goes around. Oh, and the 2 gets a piece of it as well. And that'll do it. He slides to the infield. Caution is out once again. Jason Berg out front. This is going to shake things up even more. We will go racing again here with about probably 2 to 3 laps. And I'm not sure if Sean is able to chat with me. There we go.
Got all excited and tripped up over my mic and whatnot, so.
Well, good to have you back here, but right as that happened, we get the caution coming out for the 17. This should give us about a 2 or 3 lap shootout as we will go racing again. And this will put Jeff Stabnow on the inside row, and that's where he's like to be all night long. So this, I think, is probably going to be Jeff Stabnow's best shot to get by Jason Berg.
Yeah, this definitely played into Jeff's hands, and there's, with him starting right behind Jason, unless Jason takes the high side, it's definitely going to help Jeff.
Yeah, definitely agree it is. And then showing Jeff Stabnow, there he goes. Now he's up to 3rd. And we'll see. I know Caden Anderson likes the high side. I haven't seen Jason Berg. I can't remember if he likes the high side or the bottom. Sorry, Caden Anderson's actually in 4th place, but Rob Stewart probably going to be on the outside. We'll see. It's just going to be a matter of waiting to see, like you said, if the 21 takes the outside or the inside. But either way, it's going to get real interesting. The next flag, of course, whether it be the yellow or the white, would end this race, as right now we're at 6 to go. 5 to go, we don't go racing again. I thought it was going to get crazy before, but it's definitely going to get crazy now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with well, we're going to be at probably 3 to go when they go green, so basically a green, almost a green-white checker. Jeff's going to be pushing pretty hard. I know Jason's going to be trying everything he can to hold off those 4 tires, so and it's definitely going to be a battle of tires.
It for sure is, and we'll see if those lights go off. I don't think they're going to go off this time. They do not. So 5 to go this time. Obviously, they should go off next time, which make it 4 and 3 to go. So we're going to step away for a quick hydration break, and we will be right back when those lights go off. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and I say we, that's because we have Sean Brightsman in the booth. Obviously, he'd rather be on the track, but didn't quite work out here. Going for his 5th win here of the season, but came a little bit short here. Rooting on his teammate, for sure, the 24 of Jeff Stabnow, who's going to be on the inside, and looks like Jason Berg is opting to take to the outside here. So this could be interesting. If the 76 can get by the 21, and then he was just about to get by the 76 himself, or Rob Stewart, I think this may play out in his favor.
Yeah, and Jason chose outside to help his teammate there behind him, Caden Anderson, and Berg launches off. Caden gets a great start. Stewart's a little slow there, and Jeff just kind of lagging back with no change in lanes before we start finish line. So.
And he's going to have to fight now. We have 3 laps to go here to make this possible, and it's going to be the 21 that gets a huge run. Jeff Stabnow needs this win. Not only does he want it, he needs it to get into the chase. And right now, he's going to get by the one of Caden Anderson pretty easy. He's not going to be too much, but I don't know. I'm not going to say he's out of it. But it's going to be difficult now here as we're going to give 2 to go this time by. He's got to get by 2 drivers, one of which I think he can do fairly easy, but Jason Berg, again, he's just so good, and he got a good jump.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got John Ottenbacher back here making a pass on James Thurston there, and Caden Anderson slowing up for his vehicle damage. It's just kind of keeping him off pace a little bit here. So.
And that's a really good battle back there for that 4th position, as they're battling it out. See who will end up getting 4th place. We'll go back to the front here. Jeff Stabnow still trying to get by the 76. But again, we got 1 lap to go this time by. I'm not 100% certain that the 76 don't have something for the 21, but he's not there. You see he does go 1 lap to go. Presented by Northwest Racing Series. Jeff Stabnow moves into 2nd place, but unfortunately not 100%, but it may be just a little too late.
Yeah, he's got a run though. He's making a run here going to the outside, going to attempt to make a pass here going into 3 on the high side, which if you're doing it right, I think you got to set him up for a crossover here and get low.
And
he doesn't.
Nope, he doesn't get the crossover, and we'll see if he can hang on to 2nd at least. As they're coming to the finish line, it's gonna be, I don't know who got 2nd. I think it's showing Rob Stewart in 2nd, but now it's showing Jeff Stabnow. So it's gonna be a close one to say the least. But I do believe it is showing that Jeff Stabnow got 2nd, and of course Jason Berg going to be getting the win here tonight, and then it will be officially Jeff Stabnow, followed by Rob Stewart. That will be your top 3 drivers here tonight, and just a great race. Very fun to watch here from in the booth.
Yeah, absolutely. I hate to be out of it, but it's always fun to come in here and hang out and call some of the race for you or with you.
Definitely, we always like having you here in the booth, or having anyone. It gives us someone to bounce stuff off of and get some race information off of. But real fast, before we hop over to the post-race show here, we need to go through your unofficial race results. Again, getting the win here tonight is going to be the 21 of Jason Berg, followed by the 2nd place driver. That's going to be the 24 of Jeff Stabnow, and grabbing 3rd by not too much more is going to be the 76 of Rob Stewart. 4th place will be the 89 of John Ottenbacher. 5th place will be Roy Grande. 6th place will be the 2 of James Thurston. 7th place, the 78 of Dan Stuzzi. And 8th place will be the 26 of Ray Fournier. 9th place will be the 50 of Jared Wakefield. 10th place will be the 1 of Caden Anderson. 11th will be the 77 of Tom Green. And 12th will be the 58 of Stephen Paulson. 13th will be the 03 of Daniel Masters. 14th will be the 17 of Bill Ross Jr. 15th will be the 88 of Travis McKinney. And 16th will go to the 33 of Josh Coley. 17th will go to the 46th of Sean Breitzman. The 18th place will go to the 65 of Steve Silstad. 19th will go to the 11 of Frank Harris. 20th will go to the 13 of Ryan Maines. 21st will go to the 83 of Chris White. And 22nd will go to the 18 of Brian Beach. The new guy here tonight, but just didn't quite make it here as he ends up 60 laps down. Of course, that will do it here for the results. We're going to hop over. First, we're going to put up your top 20 in the race, and we'll be right back with your top 3 interviews coming up here in just a few moments in the post-race show. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we don't have third place here, but we do have fourth place, and that is going to be John Ottenbacher. So, John, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Charles.
Well,
kind of surprised to be here.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have third place here, so we grabbed fourth, and that happened to be you. And barely getting you here is, I will say this, the stands here are full, but the pits are empty. Everybody has cleared out from TeamSpeak here. Except for the booth. If you're not in the booth, apparently you clear out early. But when you finish fourth here tonight, a wild night. We had some beating and banging and a lot of self-spins, people getting caught up in wrecks, but somehow you fight back to finish in fourth position. So what was this track like under the lights here at Auto Club?
Oh, it was a great track tonight. We had a great setup under this Chevy Silverado, the Walls Beard Co. Silverado, and just was a great battle out there, and was a good truck, and track was good. Didn't feel tight, didn't feel loose. We were pretty balanced tonight.
It definitely looked like a blast to be out there. We had a fun time covering it here tonight, and we heard, and we're going to talk to each driver about this here a little bit, about how bumpy this track is. How much of a handful it is it when you're 2 and 3 wide out there battling, and the track is trying to toss you around as well?
I didn't even really notice it. You're just so entranced in being around the cars and going down the track and staying straight. I didn't really even notice the bumps.
Well, we're going to assume we know what these big words are you're using, what they mean. So, using these entranced words and stuff.
Don't ask me where that came from either. I don't have that vocabulary.
There you have it. We use words, we just don't know what they mean. We probably might want to look them up in the dictionary, but regardless, you had a good run here to finish in fourth, and we know you got some sponsors, and shout outs you want to give. So who'd those be for that 4th place finish?
Yeah, I'll just shout out to Walls Beard Co. Great beard products. Make sure you try them. And VRN and you, Charles, thank you for putting up with us and making us look good. And it's good to be back up in the booth again.
Well, definitely glad to have you here. And again, congrats on the 4th place finish. We don't have 3rd place here. That's why, of course, we were talking the 4th. We do have 2nd place here with us. That's the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. And you are good to go, Jeff. We're just going to hand you the mic. We already have your Grammy speech queued up. But it's been a while since I've got to say that, though. But you finished in 2nd. You were our pick for the win here tonight. We figure we do that. It'll keep you out of trouble on the track. It got you 2nd place. But do you think you had anything for Jason Berg here tonight?
Well, I just want to start off by saying what everybody doesn't know is that you two were fighting over who had to interview me before we started. This Jason Berg was the only one that wanted to, so I got nothing bad to say about Jason. No, I you know what? I maybe in the early laps of a run I did. I screwed up on the open qualify. I dropped 2 rear end gears because it's the fastest lap. The open qualify kind of messed us up, so I just took my race set and put a much taller gear in there to just try to get one fast lap. And when I put everything back for the race, I didn't switch that gear out. So the truck was a rocket for 4 or 5 laps on the restart. And then the longer I had to stay out of the throttle as the run went on, the slower I was getting off the corners. It was excruciating. I had the wrong gear in there. So probably the only shot I had was the way that we ended there with a couple of short cautions. You know, if we'd have had one more lap, I kind of blew that last corner. I might have had something for Jason, but he's so good. He just kind of lets you think you got something sometime. He toys with you, so who knows? But anything, maybe one more lap, but anything more than that, I was going to start dropping like a rock. So I don't know.
Well, definitely, you know, we keep picking you, and you keep getting 2nd place. I don't know if we're jinxing you by picking you to get you to 2nd place and not be able to get the win, or if we're keeping you out of trouble by picking you and you're getting a good finish of 2nd. I'm not sure which is happening right now. So I don't know if I want to stop picking you or what we want to do here, but we're trying to keep you clear of that broadcaster's curse. So I'm not sure which is the route to go here, but you finished 2nd so many times this season. Obviously, you want to get that win. I feel it's coming soon. But you know, what is the momentum, though? You don't get the win, but to get second repeatedly against this strong of a field, it's got to be somewhat of a momentum carrying it over, knowing that you may not be getting that win, but you're consistently up front, beating a lot of the field.
You know, I mean, the night was a self-inflicted wound. I mean, if you can call 2nd place a self-inflicted wound, but, you know, I just loaded the wrong rear end, man, and I think had I loaded the right rear end in that truck, I'd have been a lot faster tonight. But, you know, I'm still happy to get 2nd, you know, and then Jason Berg is, you know, the guy's an animal. So 2nd to Jason Berg, I can't be upset about that. Dover, I mean, I was on Mark's bumper at the, you know, towards the end of that race. And I think I had a shot. I don't know that I would have passing him, you know, getting to his bumper is one thing, passing him is another, just like with Jason. But, you know, we got caught up in some lap traffic that wrecked. Some lap traffic wrecked in front of us, and they caught me. I mean, it's out of my control. Nothing I can do there. And, you know, Atlanta, the race before, I mean, Sean and I had probably the funnest race I've ever had running side by side for I don't know how many laps. So, no complaints, man. I'm running good in the trucks. Leaving a little something to be desired right now at Xfinity. But, you know, I just need to catch a couple breaks on some of these races, and you know, I'll get one. I'm running fast enough to get a win or two, so we'll get a long season. They'll come.
I'll definitely will. And before we hand it over to Sean, as we do have Rob Stewart here, he just came in. We know you got some sponsors on that car and some shout-outs you want to give. So we will just hand the mic over to you and leave it on.
Well, normally this is where I would thank VRN, but since you lost the fight and had to interview me, I'm going to thank G-Force Aerial Media, Jason Berg there, because I know he wanted to do the interview. And obviously, Charles, we love working with you. Walls Beard Co., terrific sponsor. They make these races happen. Sean, for listening to me cry about the wrong rear end for the first 75 laps tonight until you pulled him out of the room, and and keeping a good sense of humor about it, or at least pretending to. Mark for helping with the sets and all that, and John just for being a good guy, good teammate, and all that stuff. And I think we'll leave it at that tonight.
All right. Well, as always, congrats on the second place finish. And we do have third place here now. That is the 76 of Rob Stewart. And getting the honorary interviewee job. I guess that's the word? We'll find out. That is going to be Sean Brightsman, as he spent a little too much time in the booth. So we put him to work here. So, Sean, we'll hand it over to you to talk to Rob here for that third place finish.
Well, thank you, Charles. Rob, great race tonight. Got to ask you a couple questions here. First, number one, how's it feel to be in the podium in your first Northwest Racing Series race here?
Feels good. I don't know that too many people know me around here. I've been on iRacing almost since its beginning, and been doing online racing for, over 20 years. So I think I just got to prove a little respect on the track. It's been a rough couple of weeks since I joined, so looking forward to continuing to show what the 76 truck can do.
Yeah, you showed some good speed there. I was watching practice. You're running lots of lap. You're running up high. You're running down low. What do you think your truck needed there to hold off Jeff and maybe make a run at Jason?
Well, I had my truck set up for the short run. You probably noticed on that long run I got a little tight, and guys would catch back up to me. I think I had Jason. I messed up an entry to a corner and allowed you to get by me. If that last caution had come out, I think I had him. But it's all good. It was fun.
Well, I'm glad you had fun. And any sponsors to thank this for your third place finish?
How about the Navy? Been doing the Navy gig for 25 years and still going active strong. So we'll thank the Navy tonight. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rob, and thank you for your service.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for chatting with me.
All right, we'll move on to our first place finisher tonight. That is the number 21 of Jason Burr, getting his first win in the Truck Series this season, and maybe all time in the Northwest Series. Jason, man, congratulations. What does it feel to get the first win there this season?
This one's actually pretty exciting, being an open setup, and I'm actually pretty happy about that. Maybe I'll start doing more of these now.
I was just going to ask that, a second question to that was we have a win and you're in, but you have to meet a certain minimum race requirement. Are you going to be, focusing on that now that you've got that win?
That's actually probably what I'll do. I bet you, you'll see me show up to enough to at least make it in and see if I can get my way through all the championship rounds.
Absolutely. It's going to be great to have you out there on the track battling with you side by side, door to door. Just got to ask here about your setup here. Knowing that you, as you've told me several times, you don't really mess with the open setups too much, and you're starting to work on them. I see a little bit more with Caden and a few other guys. Your set seemed to come in the long run, but you also had lots of short run speed. What do you think with Jeff on 4 tires, what we're going to be able to do to hold him off?
Nothing. A couple more laps, I would have gotten eaten alive. I knew him and Rob were coming, and they almost got me the first time on that restart. So it was just a matter of getting a good jump and hoping for another caution, and kind of got lucky there. And as far as the setup, I don't know. I mean, to tell you the truth, tonight I just used the straight up iRacing fix setup with a lot of tape and a lowered gear, and it worked on the long run. I didn't have time to build anything else, but this stuff's pretty exciting. These races are fun, so I'm definitely going to spend a little bit more time on that now.
Absolutely. Well, impressive victory tonight. Just got to find out what sponsors you got to thank for this win and getting you potentially into the chase.
Yeah, first off, G-Force Aerial Media. You can check them out on Facebook and gforceaerialmedia.com. Wofford's Towing, and the newest sponsor is Hall Lane Cop Consulting out of Yakima. So, got to thank them.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jason, and back to you, Cody.
All right. Well, that, of course, will do it here for tonight's broadcast. It's been an exciting one, to say the least. Had a lot of great racing going on the track all night long. It was a blast to cover it. As, of course, we mentioned earlier, we are here through 2022. We have a lot of racing left to bring you here on Monday and Thursday nights. Before we sign off, of course, we need to thank the sponsors one last time that make this all possible here on the racing side of things. Wells Beard Co. Beard Balm. If you have a beard, you need to take care of it. So head on over to wellsbeardco.com and get some of that all-natural and organic beard balm. And rumor has it also works on bushy eyebrows, too. So head on over there, check it out, get you some today. And, of course, here on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the following partners for 2019. Those do include the Northwest Racing Series. As mentioned before, Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm, RaceOnTexas.com, World of Thunder, Hanover Wrecker Service, On the Edge Motorsports, Huffman Designs for all your iRacing paints, RaceCore, and, of course, Crumbs Custom Graphics. If you need a logo, hit them up as they are new on board. That will do it for tonight's broadcast. We thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. We will see you next Thursday night with some more great racing as we will head to Charlotte Motor Speedway, which should be some great racing. Charlotte always looks good and it produces some great racing, so we'll see you there.